True or false, Maitetsu has an anime? Uh, no. Why are you asking? What is this? This is not a question. This is a quiz. What the fuck is this? This is not my Maitetsu. No, no, this is not. No, this is not Maitetsu. There are two. That's not Maitetsu. It says Maitetsu. It's not. It's not. It is not. No. Name. Give me any character. Go down to the characters. Yeah. Who are you? I don't remember seeing any of these characters in the in Maitetsu. That's Hachidoku. Doesn't even have a fucking voice cast. Why are the only two languages dubbed? This anime was dubbed in is Japanese and Spanish. Clearly, 3 minutes per episode. Right. Look, there's a reason it only has a 5, because fall 2020. Oh yes, Japan added again, making waifus out of something that will sound literally hilarious too. Guess what the culprit is? Guess what the culprit this time is? No need to go far, thinking it's in the name of the anime itself. They are trains. The characters are depicted in the anime does not seem very old. What we call legal lolly SMH. But these are very experienced girls who work in the rail field, or what we say related to trains. What? As we know, this is a short anime, so the content explored is little, so don't go expecting a plot in this anime. It is a slice of life. The anime depicts a rail... I don't want to read the rest of this, though. 7. Yeah. Nah. Nah. Look. This is not Maitetsu. But you know what is Maitetsu? Hang on. There's a sequel? I don't give a fuck. Does it have the characters from the visual novel in them? The answer's no. Once again, Hachiroku's there. She doesn't have a voice. Oh, Ren is here though. She's got a voice actress. Fuck off. That is not Maitetsu. Maitetsu's sequel is Maitetsu Last Run. Yeah, it is a last run because it's the only game you'll be playing for 100 fucking hours. Anyway, this is the real Maitetsu, not that fake ass anime bullshit. Wrong. I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, last time we found the train, and who would have guessed that it was crap? That it's out of commission because no one bothered to fix it after Taito bought it. I'm begging that Maitetsu Last Run gets officially translated. I'm not, because then you'll want me to play it, and I don't want to play a 100-hour game, especially since it's gonna take me 200 hours because it always takes me double to play these games. It is Maitetsu though. Okay. And I don't want to play. I don't play Umineko. I don't want to play Fate. I don't want to play fucking Higurashi on stream. So what if it's Maitetsu? Jesus Christ. Look. Equals over 100 hours. Maitetsu last run is the sequel to Maitetsu. And it clocks in at an average playtime of 94 hours. Why is it so long? Because of how many characters there are. Right? You know, you've got Hachiroku, Fukami, Paulette, Hibiki, Nagi. And then you've got characters like... Actually, I should be showing this. Where is it? Window capture. It did not... Hang on. That is not... There you go. Oops. And then you got characters like... Olivia. Hiyoko. She's back again. Yes. Mikuro. I'm only going for... I'm going through Rail Lords only. Niroku. Oh, there's Reina. Who? Suika. Some of these guys don't even have descriptions. Read the Mikuro's description. She donates many of her own parts to restore a certain rail lord, and is now living her life quietly in a zoo. Excuse me? What kind of zoo? Right. Right. Michiko should have been sexually involved. No, he's already dead. Somehow, this rail lord is not sexually involved. You know, I don't think this having this role is a good idea. Especially since these two have scenes. But yeah. Look, all I'm saying is that Maitetsu Last Run has a shit ton of characters. Which means that it probably has a shit ton of routes. Which would explain the 94-hour playtime. 120. Speed normal. Speed fast. 120 hours is normal, apparently. So, you know. Trying to go and think in there out, yeah. Either way, I don't want it to be translated because that means you'd want me to play it. And I'm just gonna stick to Maitetsu, which is already long enough. So, yeah. Anyway, let's just get back to the game, shall we? Why aren't you logged in VNDB? Doesn't matter. Either way, last time we played, you should be using it. Well, I should be using Mal when I watch anime, but I don't. So, you know, last time we played, you know, some things happened. We crashed. That was in a flashback, so you know it was meant to be a pretty sad scene. But I was mainly paying attention to Sotetsu's mom's voice because they fucked her over with the audio mixing in that department. I work from 6 a.m. to 11 tomorrow. Well, that's unfortunate. It's look, I want to play a lot of it. I want to play a lot. I want to play through a lot of Maitetsu, and yeah. Either way, we're repairing the train. Sotetsu's bringing up past traumas. May I bribe you again? Bribe me again for what? You've already bribed me to play Maitetsu tomorrow as well. So like, what do you? Oh, okay. What did you? I'll wait until tomorrow then. Did you forget? You look, Dexter. When am I gonna get back to playing Amazing Grace? Okay. I don't know how many times. When am I gonna get back to playing Amazing Grace? Okay. Because I've been craving for it, and you've been bribing me to play Maitetsu, and you know, just because I'm going to be uploading Maitetsu videos after Nekopara Volume 3 doesn't mean I don't want to play Amazing Grace or the Uta hate scenes. They're getting there, okay? I'm getting to it. There's a lot of hate scene, okay? It takes long. What about Ars Magna? It's just it's the same thing. But the problem with Ars Magna is that I'm stuck trying to get crests, and I fucking rage quit it because I quit through playing on the last dungeon because it's fucking bullshit. Alright? And I can only imagine how much more bullshit Nightmare mode is. So, yeah. Anyway, stop talking about other visual novels, except for the ones that I'm currently playing, and let's just get into it, shall we? Right. What the fuck? This is... When are they hate scenes for this one? Well, you're gonna have to wait a bit. Paulette says in a tone filled with regret as she hands over some documents that have been neatly filed.
市場がなければ相場もないか。
We found the enlisted everything. We've found and listed everything needed to revive 8620. And Paulette compiled and required repair list. The required repair list. Do it after Hachiroku's route. I don't think I will. Despite being so elaborate and clear, the line with estimate on it is completely blank. I can already feel the pressure of it weighing down on me.
回収費、この状況だと正直億を超える可能性もあると思います。
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that Taito didn't bother fixing the train. Hibiki's gaze turns to the wall of the rail shop. What she sees there is the fares list of the Hoitoyo Railway Kuma River Line.
お人よから湯の井までが大人690円でしょ。だったら1億円だとして14万4928人のお客さんを運べば320円の利益が出ます。
Yeah, good luck with that. As expected of a rail lord, Rena's computation was done in an instant. Hatsudoku, who's next to her, closes her mouth. Wait, closes her mouth that she had opened. Wait, what? Only a few moments earlier. Wait. Hatsudoku, who's next to her, closes her mouth that she had opened only a few moments earlier. Right. Hibiki, on the other hand, is slack-jawed. 144,000.
14万4928人と聞いたぞ。
14万5千ってお人よの人口よりずっと多いばい。そうですね。今市の人口は3万5千を割り込んでますから。
I'm sure it's fine. You just get the entire population of the city to ride the train like 5 times, and then you'll reach the 144,000. Polly gives a wry smile. Hibiki holds her head to her hands.
まともに行けば採算は極めて厳しいわけか。
客車のこととか固定費とかを考えないでそれですから、観光列車ですから指定席券でやれるとしても。
Paulette doesn't finish her sentence. She quietly hangs her head low.
ならば絡めていくほかないな。8620復活をエアクラ工場誘致反対のための旗印とする。
旗印ですか？
未造船が起きればお人よは緩やかに死んでいく。そうと理解している者は決して少なくないはずだ。
それははい、そうですよね。
Paulette places her right index finger to her lips.
潜在的には多くの人が疑問や不安を持ってるはずです。銀行さんと対立したくなくて様子見をしているだけで。
She clears her throat. Hibiki stands up.
兄さん、なんだか難しいお話みたいですから、ちょっと外の空気を吸ってきません？
ああ。
それじゃ少し失礼します。ほう、レイナもそろそろ始業準備を進めておきます。
Yeah, you need to change into maintenance mode.
お願いね、レイナ。
Rena stands up as well and exits the rail shop with light footsteps. She bows politely and Hibiki quietly follows after her. She probably didn't want to get into a debate or didn't want to be influenced. Whatever the case, she isn't going to change her position on being for the factory.
どうしたんでしょう、響ちゃん、急に。
あれはあれで大人だということだ。
はあ。
ともかく、さっきの話だが。
8620を復活させての観光誘致を水資源の保護と、その先にまで関連づけるってことですよね。
その通りだ。
He's quick to understand. Paulette has already organized in her mind what is the objective and what is the means for it.
球磨川の町、水の町、温泉と焼酎の町。お人よのイメージが広く定着すれば、誘致も頓挫しよ
悪くない。とてもいいです。SL は水がなければ動けませんし。
Hachiroko nods to Paulette's words, as if she understands my intentions.
この町はそもそも球磨川の町ですから、関連付けのポイントいくらでもあるって思います。
う。なら、その方向でまずは動くか。
即決ですか？
何か問題でも。
When he asked her frankly, Paulette's cheeks turned red.
問題っていうか、もう少し検討しても、うまくいかなかった時のこととか。
では、あげてくれ。うまくいかないと何が困る？
Paulette folds her pale fingers.
失敗したら、回収のめどが立たなくて、8620は走れなくて、工場の誘致反対が盛り上がらない。
そうだな。つまりは失敗しても現状維持な上、時間と労力を支払うだけで、誤った選択を潰せるわけだ。
はあ。
Her eyes open wide as she nods. Paulette then laughs cheerfully.
本当だ。相鉄くんの言う通り。それなら、やらないと損ですね。
うん。だからやるさ。ついては、知恵を貸してほしい。
はい。協力者候補ですか？
ああ。まずは一人。我々以外に意見をくれる味方が欲しい。
どういう人がいいでしょう？
そうだな。
Let me go over it. The repair of 8620 is not a plan that can withstand any kind of obstruction. In that case, we should go for firm places.
鉄道や観光関連の知識や技術を持つ者。その上で、工場誘致に表立って反対しているとありがたい。
Don't forget to voice act Nagi when she pops up. Right. Yeah.
なら、こことかはどうでしょう？
Paulette pulls out a sheet of paper from the rack. She points at one part of it while handing it to me.
静か。ん？
どうしたんですか、相鉄くん。
She handed me the Okitoyo hand-drawn map. The illustrations appear very familiar to me.
響きの絵だぞ、これは。
Oh,
そうだったんですか？
why do you have this? Thanks for the hydrate. I've seen these pictures ever since Hibiki was small. No matter how much her skill advances, I never mistake what is deeply rooted in those pictures and the stretch.
ははトロリウム書いてある。なるほど。これが響きの仕事か。
Why is she drawing maps?
このイラストマップ、銀行さんが主体で作ってくれたものなんですけど。
うん。
It's well made. Even if I'm not a tourist, it makes me want to ask about the illustrated points.
銀行サイド。エアクラ工場誘致派もまた、お人よの復興を真摯に願っていることは確からしいな。
そうですよね。その思いは同じ。 どこを最優先すべきかが私たちとは違うだけで。
Water pollution, an excessive dependence on a single business. If I do not see the danger in that, it would appear that bringing in the factory is the shortest route to the rebuilding of Ohitoyo.
ともかく、このイラストマップは良いものだ。響を褒めてやらねばな。
After I say that, Paulette takes out a pocket watch from her pocket and peeks at it. A gold case with fine decorations, unlike the simple railway clock that Hachiroku uses, it gives a completely different impression. Yeah, that's that rich girl money.
私もそろそろ乗務の準備にかかります。
ああ、すまん。朝方の貴重な時間をありがとう。
そんな、だってもう私たちチームじゃないですか。8620の復活は私にとっても希望ですから。
そう言ってもらえればありがたい。
Hachiroku, who is next to me, also bows deeply. I don't know whether to call her modest or reserved. It seems that she has no intention of speaking up when it is regarding 8620.
制服でしたし、響ちゃんも今日は登園ですよね。
登園日だと聞いている。
だったらもうホームに行ってるかも。あら
Right when we are about to turn the corner, Paulette stops in her tracks. She shirks away before asking Hachiroku and me to follow her.
おう。
Fox.
よかばいよかばい。お腹いっぱいになるまで食べて構わんけんね。
Hibiki's feeding a tattered-looking puppy with her lunchbox. Right, yes. That's a dog.
まあ。
Actually, what is baby fox? What are they called? They can pups or kits. So I guess it's technically not wrong to call her a puppy. I thought I heard something. I guess. You know, you can technically call them a puppy, but no one calls them. Cub is more used. Yeah.
Oh? そんなん気にせんとよかよ。私、今ダイエット中やけんね。
As if it understands Hibiki's words, the puppy eats its share of the lunchbox. Hibiki watches it gently. It understands why she would do that, but
いいんです、そうてつくん。
hang on, what does the sound setting say? On. Okay, well, that's just the actual name of the fox. Right when I was about to step out to reprimand Hibiki, Paulette's voice stops me.
しかし、駅だぞ。ノラが味を占めていつきでもしたら。
それはそれでいいかなって。
なぜだ？
駅長猫って昔はたくさんいたそうなんです。観光列車の拠点駅とかに。
Yeah, but that's a cat. That's different.
おう。
I see. It's just how it is. Wait, a station master cat? A cat?
犬だろ。
That's not a dog. That's a fox. It's even yipping like one.
子猫ちゃんですよ。痩せっぽっちの。
Excuse me?
私には犬にも猫にも見えませんが。
That's because it's neither. It's closer to dog than cat, but you know, I guess foxes can be both. It's iffy. Satisfied with a full stomach, the supposed puppy runs briskly away from Hibiki. We have work to do. Have they never seen a fox before? Like, look, I get Sotetsu might be confused that it looks like a dog, but how is Paulette convinced that it's a cat? The face structure is completely off.
ポーレット、すまんがここで解散だ。響に見つからぬよう言ってくれ。
はい。けど。
Paulette's eyes look at me as if asking for a reason.
なぜだか恥じてしまうのだ、響は。自分の成果や善意を人に見られることを。
そうなんですか？私、短いお付き合いですが、響のそうしたところは何度か目にしています。そうなんだ。
He must have been convinced by Hachiroku's remark. Paulette nods, and then tiptoes away from the scene.
それなら、私はこっそり常務に。そうてつくん、八六ちゃん、頑張ってね。
せっかくの響の地図だ。歩くとしよ
はい、そうてつ様。
Why do the main streets by stations of regional areas all look similar? Then again, you take one turn and the scenery completely changes.
あら？
ん？
ステンドグラスの時計塔ですか。随分と目立つものですね。
熊本銀行お人よし店。エアクラ工場誘致推進派の、いわば総本山だな。
あ、ここがそうでしたか。
Hachiroku nods slightly and becomes quiet. Even after waiting a while, Hachiroku doesn't speak, so I begin wondering about the meaning of her silence.
この建物だが。
はい。
86はどのように感じているのだ？
How do you feel about it? Dexter, how do you feel about it?
よろしいのではないかと思いますよ。
どのように？
古きガラスの積み重ねを足場に、新しい時を刻む。主張がそのまま明快に形と示されていますので。
おう、面白いな。
Although Hachiroku may be reading too far into it, she may also be correct. If that's what the Kumamoto Bank or Hitoyo branch is aiming for, their destination is somewhat different from ours.
ここを曲がってしばらく行けば、鍛冶屋横丁という通りに入る。
While saying that, I pick up the pace. These are the sights of good old Ohitoyo, aged to the modern day, and I want to show that to Hachiroku. Her voice is much more flowery than before. Hachiroku begins to gleefully glance about.
いいですね。こちらの方がずーっといいです。宗哲様を育ててくれた、そんな空気を感じるようです。
It might be coming sooner than you think. Okay.
そうか。そう言われると、なんとも誇らしい気持ちを感じる。
The miso storehouse, shochu brewery, soy sauce storehouses, and tea houses. The unchanging town that I lived in.
宗哲様、 ここのようですね。
うん。
A weathered and seasoned storefront showcases an obviously high quality showcases of obviously high quality knives line the stores. But there doesn't seem to be anyone here.
奥が工場になっているのかな。
そのようですね。ごめんくださいまし。
Perhaps Hachiroku's call didn't reach them. There's no response. I decide to speak even louder.
すみません。平井ポーレットさんの紹介で来ました。右田相鉄と申すものです。
ああ、今市長さんから電話もらっておりました。
Is that the grandpa from Sugar Suey Temptation? I see a tanned old man. He comes closer with a big smile on his face. Hang on, I need to look this up. Oh, fucking grandpa, where are you? I'm still on. Yeah, hang on. Jesus. Man, the grandpa doesn't have a thing on VNDB.
ミノカサですたい。
He removes his gloves, and we shake hands. The base of his thumb is thick and tough. The hand of a craftsman, for sure. Cradled in my arm, Hasidoku holds out her hand.
旧蹄鉄8620系トップナンバー8620専用レールロード86と申します。
からご丁寧に。
Also, I haven't mentioned this before, but Hachidoku's name literally just means 86, right? Hachi and Uroku is 8 and 6 because her train number's 8620. I now see why Paulette recommended him above everyone else. He's an easygoing and gentle person.
話ば、ざっとは聞きました。事故で壊れた蒸気を修復したいいう話でしたが。
はい。
I inform him of 8620's state and talk about how I'd like to connect the revival of 8620 to promoting tourism, leading to activism against the factory. After listening to everything I had to say, old man Minokasa gives a long sigh.
疎外に運べばよろしかとですが、まあ難しか話でしょうな。
I mean, no one said it would be easy, so.
困難なことは分かっています。ですので、一つずつでも成果を出していきたいのです。
Next to me, Hachiroku also bows deeply.
いやいや、そげなことせんでください。わしなんぞ何にもできんと思いますけんね。
でしたら、僕に部品作りをご指導ください。体力にはいささか自信があります。
After responding instantly, his eyebrows twitch.
右田の長男さん言うたら、帝都に行かれたいう話でしょ。
はい。
It's a large house in a small town. The circumstances of the Mikita family are already known to everyone.
その人がどぎゃんなわけでそこまで。
Knowledge.
この町に僕は救われたからです。
The pursuit of knowledge. If I had not been welcomed into the Mikita family, if I had not learned so much in Ohitoyo, I would have long been dead. Because I know that in my heart of hearts, I'm resolute in my answer.
だから、 お人よ、球磨川と焼酎と温泉の、この水の町を救いたいんです。
Old man Minokasa closes his eyes, deep in thought. He lightly scratches his head with white hair.
右田の酒はうまかとですからね。球磨川の水ば汚れて、あん酒が飲めんようになるのはつらかとですな。
それでは。
言うても、コンジーに何ができるか。蒸気の部品ば作ったこともなかですけんね。
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
そうなのですか？
キハ07の車軸ばようけ壊れますけん。あれだけは何度も何度も作り直しておりますがの。
Old man Minokasa quietly tells me about it. The Minokasa Forge specializes in making agricultural tools. Before the track closure era, I didn't even dream of dealing with rail parts.
小倉のあたりに蹄鉄の車両工場ばあったそうですたい。そこがのうなって、まあ、やむなく言うところでしょうの。
ご謙遜を。
ええ、本当にご謙遜だと感じます。
Saying that with rapt attention, Hatsudoku turns to look around the store.
ここの刃物は皆命を持っているようです。命を持った部品など蹄鉄でもほとんど見ませんでした。
Hatsudoku's honest admiration makes old man Minokasa squint his eyes. He opens up the blueprints he had and studies them.
この8620やらの車軸はドギャン素材でできておりますかの。
Blueprints we had.
86。
はい。
She stands proud and gets up to answer, but then falters. Her mouth moves, but words don't seem to come out. Did she just forget? That's my first reaction anyway. But Hatsudoku, a rail lord, can't possibly forget that of all things. One possibility is some loss of data, or perhaps she can't recall it. That part of her may be damaged.
ああ、事故があったいう話でしたの。
Perhaps because he came to the same conclusion as me. Old man Minokasa looks at Hachidoku in a consoling way.
なら、一番太か車軸の目方を教えてくれればよかですよ。寸法と目方がわかりゃ、素材の見当もつきますけん。
目方、重量ですね。動輪車軸の重量。
The data must be very basic, but she's unable to reproduce it. Hatsudoku's lips continue to move, but like a goldfish gasping for air, she's unable to produce words.
ああ、よかです。よかですたい。駅まで実物を見せてもらいに行きますけん。
お手数をありがとうございます。
なんの乗りかかった船。じゃあ中ですね。機関車ですけん。
You don't look at me with that face, you fucking... He's trying to be considerate. I respond with laughter to old man Minokasa's joke. But Hachiroku isn't laughing. The feeling of shame causes her to become teary-eyed. She's doing her best to hold it back. But how can she be teary-eyed when her maintenance body doesn't require water? Hold it in, Hachiroku. If you cry, it'll look like you're blaming old man Minokasa. So Hachiroku already knows that. That's why she's holding back her tears. But she can't. Oh, that's right.
不調なようだな。蒸気排水のシステムが。
はい。そのようです。
Not good. It might have been a poor choice to make her speak. Even if she says they're not tears, her voice is obviously trembling.
女の子ば泣かせるやつは許せんばい。
A shout full of spirit comes from behind. The moment I feel it, my body moves reflexively. I catch it. The same time, I dodge whatever it is.
ムテか。
A real sword or a wooden one. I feel the presence of a weapon. The thin wrists I hold in my hands are not holding on to anything.
そんなん無手で当然ばい。生き物相手に剣を振るうはご法度たい。
おお、剣道を習っているのか。いい師に恵まれているようだな。
当然ばい。うちのお師さんは日の本一って、なんで悪党にそげのこつ。
I don't want to do her voice anymore.
相鉄様は悪党などではございません。
A thunderous cry, Hachiroku's angry voice is thrown out with her tears.
これなぎ、また早とちり橋腐って。
じいちゃん、これどぎゃんこつね。
I don't want to do her voice. His voice like that. Fuck off. Ugh. All right, let me try.
じいちゃん、これどぎゃんこつね。
Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm not gonna do that one. You know, wait until a good one.
誤解をさせてしまったらしいね。ひとまず落ち着いて説明をさせてもらえるか。
I let go of her hand, looking her in the eyes, and begin to talk slowly. For as long as I can remember, when Hibiki panics, this is what I have to do to calm her down. Rumble.
じいちゃん、この人誰と？
But it didn't work like it did with Hibiki. The girl Nagi hides behind old man Minokaso.
右田の、ほれ、お人よで一等古か焼酎蔵さんの息子さんや。
焼酎屋さんが何しに来たと？なんで女の子ば泣かせた？
Nagi's eyes squint at me. A strong hostility grows in her tiny body. Okay, it wasn't Sotetsu who made her cry. It was the old man, okay?
わかったばい。この女の子、焼酎屋さんの連れとや。で、じいちゃんがつけば払うてやらんけん。
アホ。
Mac. Nagi finally begins to calm down after getting her forehead flicked.
違うと？謎ばい。さっぱり事情がわからんばい。
That's because you're not listening. I hold back what I wanted to say and go with something more socially appropriate.
かいつまめば、僕らは君のおじい様に協力を願いに来た。何の協力かといえば、蒸気機関車の修復だ。
蒸気機関車？
She turns her head to the side, not knowing what it is. After a few moments, though, she figures it out.
蒸気機関車って絵本とかに出てくる汽車ポッポとや。何のためにそげなもん直すと？
蒸気機関車を軸にした観光誘致を行い、それをエアクラ工場誘致撤回へとつなげていくためだ。
誘致
Nagi's voice volume changes suddenly. Her face brightens up, and she runs close to me.
ちょっとら兄さん、よかったばい。誤解しとって悪かったばい。
誤解が解けたなら何よりだ。
She suddenly jerks at my sleeve. Nagi is grabbing me and pulling me aside.
じいちゃん、この兄さんら深見ちゃんとこ案内してあげてもよかと？
早瀬さんとこ。ああ、そらよかとね。
Old man Minakasa nods and turns to me.
右田さん、2時間ほど時間ばもらえませんかいね。
This is perfect. It'll take Paulette and Raina 2 hours to go to Yunoi and back.
大丈夫です。何をすれば？
そんなら、うちとこの孫娘について行ってやってください。
Old man Minakasa smiles, but his eyes aren't smiling in the slightest. Then explain what his eyes are doing in the sprite.
お人よの観光の実情がどがんもんか。ああで少しは分かってもらえると思いますけん。
Maitetsu. But what does Maitetsu even mean? Where's the voice acting for Nagi? There hasn't been a good there hasn't been a good line, okay? I follow the path according to memory and arrive at a place different from what I remember.
ここは。
球磨川下りの発船所ばい。見りゃわかるばい。
いや、それはそうなのだが。
It's August right now, right in the middle of summer break. This is one of the few tourist spots in Ohitoyo, and yet there's almost no one here.
ああ、定休日とか、そういうことか。
定休日なら閉まってるばい。営業日ばい。
それもそうだな。
I doubt it's because of her training with the sword, but Nagi's words are sharp just the same. It's so good that it's hard to continue in the conversation.
なぎちゃん。
A surprisingly gloomy voice, Hachidoku shrugs. I look around for the source of the voice, but she's nowhere to be found.
お客さんにそんな言い方、失礼。営業時間にこそこそ本読んどる方が失礼ばい。
Nagi flies. She goes behind the reception counter and pulls something out from behind the pillar.
深見ちゃん、そんなんじゃお客さん来ても帰っちゃうばい。やめてなぎちゃん、しおり、せめて挟ませて。
She seems like a calm girl. She's sitting on a chair, but I can tell that she's tall. She's bigger than Nagi, and yet she's being dragged around by her. The chair she's sitting on is being pulled. She tries to resist.
相鉄様。
そうだな。
There's no time to be zoning out.
ナギ、お前の師匠は力を持って人に何かを強いることを教えたのか？
そぎゃんかこつ教わるわけなか。力とは弱き者を守るためにこそ振る。
Her words and actions don't exactly align here. Nagi seems to have realized that, and all of a sudden, she stops pulling at this Fukami. Fukami loses her balance, but Nagi catches her.
危なかった。なぎちゃん、助けてくれてありがとう。水草かとよ、深見ちゃん。困った時はお互い様ばい。
Jesus. she's boasting about saving Fukami when in fact she was the one who nearly sent her to the floor in the first place. Nagi smiles innocently, as if she's completely forgotten about instigating the whole thing. Maybe Fukami feels relieved by it, though she still has the book open in her hands while she smiles.
突然の来訪で読書の邪魔をしてしまったようだね。
別に邪魔とかじゃ。
She hangs onto the still open book and holds it up between us. It's as if it's her protective shield or something.
地方における都市計画、観光による活性化か。随分と勉強熱心なのだな。
She closes her book. Our gazes meet for a brief moment before she turns away again.
深見ちゃん、ちょっと人見知りばい。慣れれば仲良くなれたい。
そうか。ならば無理なく慣れてくれ。
About this girl, Fukami. It may sound harsh, but I honestly don't care who she is. As old man Minokasa told me, my top priority is to learn about the current state of Ohitoyo's tourism.
深見ちゃんでいいのかな。
She hides behind her now closed book and nods numerous times.
受付に座っていたようだが、君はここの人なのか。
そうばい。ここのオーナーの緑おばちゃんの一人娘が深見ちゃんばい。
なるほど。それならばすまないが、オーナーの緑さんをお呼びいただけないかなと。
Uh-oh. I may have rushed things a little too much. It's not proper to ask for an introduction without even introducing myself first.
僕の名は右田宗哲。エアクラ工場誘致反対のために帰郷し、縁あってこの86のオーナーになった。
宗哲様からご紹介に預かりました。旧蹄鉄8620系蒸気機関車8620専用レールロード86です。工場誘致反対。
She must have calmed down. I could finally make out what she's saying.
そうばい。この兄さんらはうちたちの味方ばい。絶景深見ちゃんとこ連れてきたばい。
She nods. The book she's been using as a shield gradually lowers.
私、早瀬深見です。この発洗所のオーナー代理です。一応。
Ayase Nagatoro.
オーナー代理？
緑おばちゃん体ば弱くて入院したり退院したりの繰り返しばい。
An elementary school student is the acting owner. Listen, okay? She's the only one fit for the job.
今日も病院で、だからお話なら私聞きます。
なるほど。
It doesn't matter who it is, really. What I need to do doesn't change, so I'll just try to explain things the best I can. I'll talk about how I met Nagi, and why we were standing in front of her.
蒸気機関車で観光振興。
Fukami finally lifts her head up. Her eyes look overly cautious, or should I say fearful. She looks at Hachiroku and me for a few seconds, and then goes back to looking down.
私、オーナー代理で頑張ってるんですけど、だけどやっぱり 毎日全然お客さん来てくれなくて。
そうか。
I couldn't bring myself to say I thought so. Even though I was getting the sense that there not being any customers today wasn't an isolated event. But if it's truly like this every day, the business itself is in danger. How does Sotetsu get away from having a three-way relationship with Nagi and Fukami? Vision novel logic.
だから、観光振興やってくれるならすごく助かります。手伝えること、できることだったらやりたいです。
ありがとう。
But even if the number of tourists increases, if she's the salesperson here, the future is, well, treacherous. What are their parents going to think? Well, you know, one of them is probably going to die soon, and the other one's probably going to die soon. You know how it is. Actually, no. It's too early to make that judgment. Anyway, let's see the current situation of tourism.
ならば、僕と86に球磨川下りを経験させてくれ。料金は無論、大人2人分を払う。
はい。ありがとうございます。大人2人で税込み7560円になります。
You know, Kasa is Nagi's grandfather. Yeah, and he's gonna die soon, so... I take out a 10,000 yen bill and receive back 2,000 yen and some change. My honest thought about this is that it's much more expensive than I expected.
それじゃあ、ライフジャケットの付け方からご説明。
Shit.
それじゃあ、ライフジャケットの付け方からご説明しま。
Pretty bad spot to replay the voice line when there's a very retro-sounding phone. Fukami panics briefly, but quickly hands over the life jacket to Nagi.
なぎちゃん、お願い。任せとくばい。ちょっと、失礼します。
Fukami goes for the phone.
お待たせいたしました。お人よ球磨川下り発船所、受付の早瀬でございます。もう。
Achiroku gives out an impressed sigh as she nods. Fukami seems completely different on the phone than when speaking to us.
よそ見しとったらいかんばい。
ああ、すまん。
I'm not good with talking on the phone. Yeah, me neither.
ライフジャケットの付け方はちゃんと聞いとかんと死ぬたい。
それもそうだな。申し訳ないが、もう一度説明を頼めるか。
よかばい。
After saying that, Agi definitely puts on the life jacket in a way that's easy for us to see.
表裏前後ろ気ぃつけて着ればそれでよか。水に落ちたら勝手に膨らみよるけんね。
That was a good line for Nagi. You know, I was hoping that you'd forget. Okay, hang on, let me hear this again.
よかばい。
Yeah, but that's a problem, right? I can't.
よかばい。
How do I say this? It was the same one as
よそ見しとったらいかんばい。
not that one.
任せとくばい。
Yeah, so her voice is weird. But fine, I'll try. How so? Okay. Where is it again? Just have this up here for a bit. You hear her saying fine, right?
よかばい。
you hear the last accent, yeah, basically, but you hear the last syllable, I guess. And she ends it off with guy, right?
ライフジャケットの付け方はちゃんと聞いとかんと死ぬたい。
That one's a bad example.
任せとくばい。
But it's the same here as well.
任せとくばい。
Don't worry about the static. That part's not important. Right, she ends that off with guy as well. So it's just weird. Right, but fine, I'll try it. I'm hearing bye. Yeah, well, spelled like that, it's B in Japanese.
よかばい。 よかばい。よかばい。
Okay, now you're confusing me. Right, because I'm hearing guy.
よかばい。任せとくばい。
I've
よかばい。よかばい。
it's yaka bai or yaka guy. Both are weird. So, you know. Hang on. Just moan in her voice then. That's even harder to do. What are you talking about?
よかばい。よかばい。よかばい。
So this is why it's hard, because it's yoka or it's yaka. Is it vi? No, it's not vi. Because the v pronunciation is just B, right? It's the same with L and R. It's V and B. So they've got yaka, yoka, and then you got bai and guy. So like the only letter that
よかばい。
I always heard by the only letter that is consistent is the middle one. Well, middle one. It's 4 letters. Syllables, yeah.
任せとくばい。
just do it. See, this one
任せとくばい。
is a lot more certain, right? It's makaseta.
任せとくばい。
But once again, I'm stumped on guy or by. Makaseta. Boop. Bye. Do both. Fine, I'll try do both. Oh no, I'm not gonna do both. I'm gonna do it once. Damn it. Fuck off. It's already hard enough trying to do it once. Ugh.
任せとくばい。任せとくばい。
Yeah, okay, whatever. I'll do bye then. So, yeah. Hang on. So you've got Nagi, right?
任せとくばい。
And then you got Makasetakubai! Fuck off. I'm never doing that shit again. It's the worst. You put that on repeat for later. No. I don't even... whatever.
私はジュニアサイズなのですか。
Nagi, what were you talking about before? Life vests. Yeah.
単に背丈の問題だろ
I can hide this again.
それはそうなのでしょうけれど。サイズば合えばどれでんよかたい。合わんのつけたら水に落ちた時死ぬだけばい。
Do Fukami? I guess that's easier. Especially since her dialect is not that strange. Well, I haven't been paying attention to how she speaks. Do Hachiroku. I already did Hachiroku. Obviously still reluctant about it. Hachiroku puts on this children's size life jacket. Again. How about you give me... Okay, I'll do it again if you bribe me. Never mind. As Hachiroku requested, I'm holding onto the crew bag. Inside is naturally her operation body. Sorry about that. You're really gonna bribe me to replicate try to imitate Hachiroku's voice again? If she exchanges the tablet, even the children's sizes, it will be too large for her. I wonder how she'd use the life jacket. Oh.
お待たせしました。
This one's easier, right? Omatase shimashita! See? It's a lot more breathy, but yeah.
お待たせしました。
But still. See, that one I don't need to practice. After finishing her phone call, Fukami comes back to us. She's slouching a bit, as if she's sorry. Because she is rather tall, makes her overall impression stiff. The elated feeling we had for the tourism activities suddenly feels stifled a bit. May I bribe you to moan in Hachiroku's pitch? I don't know if I don't think I can, so don't bother trying. Don't bother.
船の方にご案内します。水しぶきかからないよう気をつけてください。
Moan in your voice. I literally have a clip for it. So no. I'm not doing that shit again.
86、これが熊川だ。
Send it. You can look through it. You can look through the clips. It's literally my cut to Cupid one. Show me? No. Hatadoku. Yeah, no. Sotetsu said that. You're distracting me. She turns around while saying that and twists her body. Hatadoku sits on my lap as if she's in her operation body and wavers side to side on the boat.
大きいですね。大きく広く、まるで包まれているようです。
But speaking of operation body, where is it? Because they're on the boat. They're on the water now. So like, you can't have both of them. The verdure of the forests on both sides of the river, as well as the blue-green color of the river water, the waterfowl's song, and the flapping of their wings, the breeze that carries the scent of the water.
そうだな。包み込まれて、同時に解放されてるような気に僕はなる。
解放。
She opens her arms and stretches widely.
本当ですね、相鉄様。まるで反対の気持ちなのに、両方一度に感じます。
After that, Hatadoku politely sits still on my lap, as if she has always belonged there. Knock. Slight shock. Wondering what it was, I take a look and see Fukami at the front of the ship, hitting the rocks with the pole. She's standing up straight for a change. The boat is clearly an unstable platform to stand on, and yet Fukami uses her tall stature to skillfully manipulate the oar. You do realize that it'd be harder because of how tall she is to stand on the boat, right? The center of gravity is a lot higher. In turn, it's a lot more skillful than it's essentially pointing out.
川こそが深見様にとっての線路なのですね。
Like Operation Body Hachiroku would have a much easier time balancing herself while standing up on this kind of unbalanced surface. Yeah.
ああ、
I nod to Hachiroku's statement. This is what it means for her to be in her element.
なぎちゃん。任せとくわい。お客さん、水しぶき気をつけた方がよかとよ。
お
相鉄様、冷たくて心地いいですね。
Yeah, thank God Hachiroku isn't made of metal or else she'd start to rust.
そうだな。
We get into the fast current, and the river's personality suddenly changes. The boat jumps around while water falls on my head like an evening shower. A cold evening shower.
どこよいしょ、どっこいしょ。
Fukami thrusts at the rock slightly with the pole to fix the direction of the boat. Is that not what Nagi has? Is she not steering the boat? What's the point of Nagi then? Right behind us is Nagi at the stern with the paddle, moving it left and right to follow Fukami's lead. Yeah, no, she's literally steering it, so like, what's the point of pushing the rocks away?
大したものだな。
はい。こんなにお船が揺れているのに、私少しも恐ろしくありません。
I don't think it's because the boat is not hitting the rocks, it's because you're sitting in Sotetsu's lap.
確かに。
Just looking at Fukami and Nagi's confident movements gives me reassurance. Soon the water splashes and the shaking of the boat subside as we filter back into a gentle current.
二人は この仕事は長いのか？
深見ちゃんはそれこそ子供の頃からばい。うちはまだ始めて2年目たい。
2年目。
2年目でその落ち着きなのですか？ともはりは船頭よりも覚えることが少ないけんね。船頭に回ったらうちはまだまるでダメたい。
ほう。
The one who stands at the bow to control the ship is the sendo, and the one who uses the paddle to follow the sendo is called the tomahari. Where are the glossary entries for those two, huh? After making her explanation, Nagi shrugs.
熊川下りはお客さんが減りすぎて船頭さんたちが辞めてっちゃったって深見ちゃん困っとったばい。それで凪さんも友張のお仕事に？
Like he said before, the fact that an elementary schooler is the co-owner of this, and now both employees are elementary schoolers, like...
簡単に言えばそういうことい。これも剣術修行ばい。凪ちゃん。船頭交代ばい。ここから先にはもう背がないけんね。
そうか。気をつけてな。
気をつけるのは兄さんたちばい。ライフジャケット紐締め直しといた方がよかよ。
おいおい。
Nagi heads to the front of the boat after the inappropriate joke. Fukami hands the pole to Nagi, says a few words of advice, and then carefully moves to the back of the boat.
見事な手際だったな。ナギが、深見ちゃんは小さな頃からと言っていたが。
そうですね。赤ちゃんの頃からゆりかご代わりに私、船に揺られていたそうですから。
There's a pretty shit cradle half the time.
はあ。
She positions herself at the stern to hold the paddle, but her back is still straight. She stands tall and watches over Nagi at the bow.
だから、船の上のお仕事だったら平気なんです。けど、経営とか、宣伝とかそういうの、わからなくって。
みどりさんと言ったか。ご病気の前はその方が。
はい。母と父が、その頃はすごく繁盛していたんです。父が過労で倒れちゃうくらいに。
乗ったことがある。その頃の川下り船に。
そうなんですか？
Fukami cracks a smile. Her gaze turns to the horizon down the river far, far away.
右田の家の養子になってほどない頃だ。タイトさんとギフとギボと枕姉と響と。
いかがでしたか？
まだ慣れなくてな。緊張して船の外ばかりを見ていた。季節はちょうど今頃で。
It was a bustling sight. There were numerous boats lined up, and all of them were filled to the brim with customers. That was the thing that made me warm up to the whole process, and by the time I exited the boat, I was able to speak more naturally.
景色は変わっていないような気がするよ。夏の球磨川の穏やかなところも荒いところも。
川は毎日が別の表情で、だけどずっと同じ顔をしてるんです。
表情と顔か。
The surface of the water is written as the face of the water. I've never thought about the river having a face or expressions, but now I'm interested about the ones who do see it every day. I thought this visual novel was about trains, not fucking boats.
球磨川はどうだ？男か女か？どんな顔をしているのだ？
Also about planes too? Like, Jesus Christ.
女性、女の子です。思春期の。
ほう。
お姉さんな感じで、表情豊かで可愛らしくて。だけどたまに怒ると、すごく、ものすごく荒れる。
情が深いといった感じか？
そうです。そういう。
After saying that, Fukami looks around the river lovingly.
底知れなくて、激しくて、知ろうとしてもわからない。とても面倒な女の子だから、その分、とても魅力的。
Fukami's eyes turn to me. There's nothing hidden atop the river. Fukami standing tall, looks straight at me.
わかりやすくて簡単なものは、浅くて薄いです。それはきっと長くは持たず、とても大きなゴミになる。
なるほど。
My evaluation of her changes. At first, I didn't care one bit about her, but the meaning behind her name rings true. Fukami meaning depth fits her perfectly. If I can bring out her potential, she can become a huge supporting force for Ohitoyo.
それがエアクラ工場誘致に反対する理由か。
そうです。
But, okay, fuck. Actually,
そうです。
okay, that makes even less sense. Because I got the, you know, the, where is it? It should be in here. Yeah, the voice play. I don't know. What I mean is, well, let's deal with that first. But what I mean is, it should play the audio of the voice line even after you skip to the next text, especially when there isn't one. There isn't another voice line after.
私は熊川が好きだから。
Also, I don't think I said. Let's have a sigh of relief.
しかしだ。
She's bright and strong deep down. There is no need to treat her like a child.
環境を守れたところで生活が守れねば人と住みかは滅びるぞ。
And this is how you can justify the hate scenes. Because she's too mature for a child. When she's doing her job.
そうして人の手が絶えてしまえば、自然に帰るといえば言葉は綺麗ですけれど。
Ukami's gaze starts to wander away from me. Her back starts to round and slouch.
SL による観光振興が成功したとて、このありさまでは川下り観光は復活できまい。
だから頑張って。
Bonk. I hear a hard impact followed by the boat veering.
あ、平気です。ナギちゃんがちょっと下手なだけです。
Kami tells me that before my worries run away with me. Even during our conversation, he had been looking at Nagi. She's better than expected. A diamond in the rough. Hachiroku's face. Yeah, I know.
特別に頑張ろうとするから空転するのだ。おそらくはな。ただ、船の上と同じように陸の上でもやればよい。それだけで接客だの宣伝だのの問題はあらかた消えるぞ。
Fukami looks surprised, or rather fearful. She begins to round her back again.
自分では気づいていないのか。それだ。それが陸の上でのお前の姿だ。
どっちが。背筋です。身を守ろうとでもしているように丸まって、せっかくの美しい立ち姿が台無しではないですか。美しい立ち姿です。
How do you justify Nagi's hate scenes? Well, you know, if Fukami turns to the front of the boat,
ナギちゃんのこと？
you know,
どういう解釈でそうなるか。お前だ、深見。船の上でのお前の姿は堂々として美しくあるぞ。
no, clearly, it's because she, yeah. I'll probably just gloss over it. No, of course they are.
やだ、ない、そんなこと。
おっと。
Perhaps out of diffidence. Is that a word? She begins to row the paddle while swinging her arms wildly.
なぜないのですか？単なる事実だと思うのですが。
Okay, I need to look this up. Diffidence is hang on. Diffident means modest or shy because of a lack of self-confidence. The noun diffidence comes from the Latin word diffidere, meaning to mistrust or to lack confidence. Diffidence is often mistaken for snootiness because people don't understand that the diffident person is shy and lacking in confidence. Okay, listen, before you start using words that aren't commonly used in the English language, maybe you should start by hiring proofreaders. Sounds like me, yeah.
だって学園で。
She shrinks away even more. Her face is now pointed down, and she's looking at me with upturned eyes.
私、大きいから可愛くないって、クラスの子、男の子なんて、デカ子とか、私のこと。女子のそれは妬みでしょう。男子のそれは、照れ隠しというものでしょう。でも、私、本当に、こんな、大きいから、可愛いわけ、ない。
That's cap.
ならば、そこは認めよう。深見、お前は可愛くない。その理由は大きいからだ。
そうてつ様。
Yeah, I don't know why you said that. Fukami already made up her mind about it. There's no way to convince her otherwise. Dexter, shut up.
だが、可愛いと美しいは別物だ。
No shit. They're different words.
お前を可愛くなくする大きさゆえに、背筋を伸ばし自信に満ちたお前は、ひときわ美しい。
それに凛々しく、頼もしくもあります。
Atsudoku's voice. She says what is on my mind in a straightforward way.
深見様の凛としたお姿のおかげで、不慣れな船の上でも私、とても安心できました。
Bobble. Good job, Nagi. Just like she said herself, Nagi's terrible as the Sendo. Utterly terrible. But the reason why I don't feel any fear is because Fukami's eyes are constantly watching over her.
商売のことだけを考えろ。接客と宣伝のことだけでいい。 可愛いだけの船頭と、美しく凛々しく頼もしい船頭と。お前が客なら、どちらの船に乗りたく思うか。
I mean, wouldn't it make Fukami think that she looks better than she thought if... Dexter, you can't apply hentai logic to everything, okay? Especially in... Just... No.
後の方です。だって、川はとても危ない場所だから。
そうだ。仕事場は学園ではない。学園での評価を引きずる意味も理由も存在しない。
Fukami nods. She must always have wanted to do this, as it can be seen from her straightening her posture.
大きいお前が自然なお前だ。歪めれば無理が出て崩れる。おそらくそれは川でも同じことであろう。ならば少しずつ慣れろ。自分を伸びやかに扱うことに。そうすれば自然と背筋も伸び、問題も解消されていくさ。
わかった。と思う頭では。だからちょっとそうする方も頑張ってみるです。
うん。そうしてくれるなら僕も嬉しい。
私もです。美しいものが歪んでいるのをこれ以上見たくはありませんから。
ありがとう、相鉄お兄さん、86さん。
Fukami stands straight again, and looks to Nagi as a signal. Nagi nods, looking relieved.
もうすぐ着船です。船が着いたら二人はどうします？
ひとまずはお人よの駅まで戻ろうと思うが。
He called Sotetsu Oni-san. Well, you know, when you give life advice, you become the Oni-san.
なら一緒におじいちゃんのトラックに乗ってください。
おじいちゃんのトラック？
トラック、エアクラのトラックですか？
ガソリンの排気ガスとか出るやつです。
まあ、ガソリンエンジン車。
Atsudoku has inquiring eyes. She listens intently while nodding.
今時ずいぶん珍しいな。何か理由が？
発船所、湯の井にもあるから、もっと上流からの、もっと急流のやつ。
When is Maitetsu set? Good question.
なるほど。湯の井お人よ感なら。
Because... Okay, here's the thing, right? The visual novel has not stated when exactly it is set. But the fucking anime, right? That piece of dog shit, right? I spelled it wrong. That's series said it takes place in 1989, right? So, you know, I would believe it's that the visual novel takes place around the same time. You know?
術船配炭港でしたか。あの近く、エアクラが使えなくなる場所を通るのですね。
But the technology? Okay, well, you watch me play. You've played Amazing Grace.
そう、だからトラックです。今は湯の井の発船所、人が足りなくて使ってないけど。
ならば、共に頑張ろう。 お人よの観光復権で、ユノイ発船場も復活だ。
頑張るです。
After saying that, Kami begins staring at my face.
何でも言ってくださいです。手伝えることあったら、私、頑張ってやります。
Thanks for the hydrate.
ならば人だ。誰か人を紹介してもらえないか。
And the stretch.
人です？どんな人がいいですか？
Kami, please don't say anything. What the fuck are you talking about?
観光か鉄道のどちらか。できれば両方に詳しい人。そして、エアクラ工場誘致反対を明確にしている人だ。
Read her lines. Oh. Right, of course.
だったらちょうどいい。蹄鉄とかいうので働いてたっていう人が。深見ちゃん
That's Nagi's voice. Fukami turns away from me and quickly states that we'll resume later.
いい加減こっち変わって。うちじゃ着船は無理無理ばい。
She starts running off before she finishes her sentence. Fukami is walking to the bow of the boat. In the middle of the way, she turns around. She shows a genuine, albeit reserved smile.
なぎちゃん、ちょっと焦りすぎです。まだ40秒は余裕あるのに。
The moment I step into the area, I hear the sounds of animals, geese and chicken specifically.
ここも昔と変わっていないな。
とても綺麗な神社ですね。
Smiling, whispering quietly to herself, Hatsuroku takes a deep breath.
お人よは水の匂いのする町ですが、ここの空気はひときわ澄み切っているようです。
確かにな。澄み切っている感情を受ける。ここは昔も今も変わらず。
We visit the shrine. I was brought here with Hibiki and Makoda by Taito once before. Oh, speaking of which, back then, Taito...
そら、見てみろ、86。
I place my hands on Hachiroku's sides and pick her up so high that she can see better, so she can see better.
入り口の門の屋根の付け根。ちょうど角になってるあたりだ。
The moment she finds it, Hachiroku's eyes go wide. That's to be anticipated, of course. No one would expect this to be at the gate of a shrine. How do you just casually pick her up? I mean, she's not that heavy.
まあ、何ですかこれは。あ、神様のお顔。
いや、鬼の顔らしい。鬼面作りと呼ばれるそうだ。
神社に鬼の面ですか？どうしてそんな。
それは誰にもわからんらしい。日の元中でもほとんど見ないものだと聞いた。
門の中に鬼が封じられているのでしょうか？
かもしれんな。この近くには幽霊寺という寺もある。
Hachiroku's voice and gaze sink.
鬼に幽霊。お人よは意外と恐ろしい土地なのですね。
Hatadoku's voice and expression catch me off guard.
レイルロードが幽霊だの鬼だの。
Shit. That was dumb to say. I should have thought about it before opening my mouth. Hatadoku has caused an accident. In that sense, I already know that.
相鉄様。
Perhaps she knows what I'm thinking, but Hatadoku tilts her head while looking at me. I'm glad I'm not a rail lord. Had there been sympathetic communication, we would have irreparably hurt each other. Kato, with good wishes on this International Hamburger Day, gonna slowly start my day, but still, fucking International Hamburger Day, Jesus Christ. Also, Hello Meow.
僕は
But I am human. I can only communicate things to say. There are also things I'm bad at communicating. That's why I'll say it. I won't hide anything and reveal the real me.
幽霊も鬼も恐れはしない。現実は常にそうしたものを駆逐するから。
Yeah, well, say that to Phasmophobia.
でしたら、相鉄様は。
Hatadoku accepts my words and returns with a question. The question.
現実こそ、最も恐れていらっしゃるのですか？
Bro!
どうだろうな。
He's most afraid of trains. I can't answer her. I don't even know it myself. What reality do I fear? What do I...
まったく、まるでお話にならないじゃないか。どうかしてる。少し考えればわかることだろうに。
待ってください、キサキ先輩。
まあ、
Hatadoku looks at my face. It's Hibiki's voice. The voice is accompanied by footsteps are coming toward us from the main shrine.
損得の話じゃないなんてまるきり妄言じゃないか。徳がなければ、この神社でって維持できまい。
A student in uniform approaches us, stomping all the way. She notices us before putting on an awkward expression, and let her pass by, bowing slightly as she does.
待ってくださいって言ってるじゃ。って、
ニーニ
Dude.
じゃなくて、奇遇ですね、兄さん。こんなところでお会いするとは。
まったくだな。ここで会えるとは思わなかった。
Hibiki is using her outside voice. She must want to keep up appearances while in front of the student.
響さんのお兄さんなら、僕に自己紹介させてください。
Why are you looking at me like that? She bows elegantly. She has completely erased the hostility she showed when she was marching toward us.
はじめまして。僕は宝生木崎。学園では、響さんとは同じクラブに所属してます。
Where is Kisaki on your list? How would I know? I've just met her.
ご丁寧な自己紹介をありがとう。僕は右田相鉄。縁あって、響の兄になったものだ。
縁あってずいぶんと変わった物言いですね。
Fate.
そうかな。
それじゃあ、その子も縁あってのお連れさんなんですか？
This girl, Kisaki, looks at Hatadoku next to me and smiles suggestively.
綺麗な子ですね。これほど見事な黒髪は初めて見るかもしれないな。
That's a pretty weird thing to say considering you're in Japan.
お褒めいただき光栄ですわ、妃様。
Hachinoku makes an elegant bow, to which Kisaki also returns the favor. Smooth and refined. Those words describe the bow perfectly.
その上、礼儀もしっかりしてる。はじめまして、お嬢さん。お名前は？
Her name is 86.
私、縁あって相鉄様のお世話になっております。レールロードの86と申します。
Not 86, because that'd be Hachijuroku, but it's just 86.
レールロード。ああ、湯の井線のレーナみたいな。
レーナさんとはいわば姉妹のようなものです。レールロード同士ですから。
そうなのか。
Fuck. Once again, it's cutting off before it finishes.
そうなのか。なるほどね。
Hang on. Something ain't right. Is this it? No, this is auto mode. I guess this is cut voice, get rid of that. Sure. She shows a bit of surprise, but it quickly subsides as she looks over Hachiroku once more.
君はレーナよりクラシカルだね。それに全体がとても上等に作られているようだ。
実際そう作っていただきました。私は8620系トップナンバーの専用機ですから。
Misaki nods like she understands before turning back to Hibiki, who's behind her.
それにしても響き、ずいぶんと冷たいじゃないか。あのお兄さんが帰ってきてると教えてくれないなんて。
それは、事情が。
あのお兄さん。
Now that's a strange way of putting things. She makes it sound like she's met me before.
ひょっとして響から聞いていたのか、僕の話を。
それはもう部活のある日はいつも何らかの形でね。帝大生ということも家業をお手伝いされてることもと、そうだ。
Kisaki suddenly slides her hand inside her inner pocket. It's a smooth movement. In a smooth movement, she takes out a card holder and hands me a business card.
改めまして、これを機会にご進行を。僕、宝生妃は銀行勤めをしているもので。
Why? She's pro factory. No shit. Why did I figured that from the start. She talked about profit and shit. So of course she's pro factory.
銀行勤め。
There's only one bank in Ohitoyo. Hang on. I work at a bank. They're like, there's more than one in this place. But to be sure, I accept the business card and read the print. As expected, it says Kumamoto Bank Ohitoyo Branch Manager. Excuse me?
支店長。ならば君がエアクラ工場誘致賛成派の中核なのか。
My brother in Christ, you're not even out of high school. What do you why? What do you mean? How are you the branch manager of a fucking bank? What is wrong with this place?
工場誘致のお話ですか？響さんのお兄さんは
工場誘致を撤回させようとお人よに戻ってきたものだ。せっかくなので少し話をさせてもらえるかな。
She probably has connections. Yeah, she's got a it's the what is it? The hedonist. Wait, no. The nepotist lifestyle.
ああ。だから。
Saki glances at Hibiki. So that's why Hibiki didn't tell Kisaki about my return.
ごめんなさい、お兄さん。僕もじっくりお話をしたいのは山々なのだけれど。
Kisaki's glance brushes over the watch on her wrist, which is exposed by her summer uniform.
つい先ほど、実りのない議論に時間を使ってしまってね。この後はいろいろ予定が立て込んでいるんだ。
そうか。君の都合も考えず唐突に申し訳なかった。
いやいや、こちらこそお断りしてしまって。けど、せっかくなのでという気持ちは僕にもある。
With the same hand that put away the card holder, she takes out a handbook.
夏休み期間だったら、朝方の時間帯は比較的自由だから。日を改めてアポイントメントを取ってくれれば。
うん。ならば、後日改めてよろしく頼む。
そうだね。立場は正反対みたいだけれども。
She holds out her right hand, and we exchange a brief handshake.
その時には。
なあ、その時には。
Kisaki quickly walks off, with Hibiki frantically in pursuit. While following Kisaki, Hibiki turns around once to stick her tongue out at me. I'm surprised Kisaki even has a route. Well, considering that she has a route, clearly her motivations change. Why? I didn't think I made Hibiki mad in any particular way.
あの方がエアクラ工場誘致賛成派の総大将なのですか？
She patiently waited for Kisaki and Hibiki to walk out of sight before quietly asking me.
総大将でなければ怖いな。あの上にさらに人物がいることになる。
Yeah, it's called her dad. Hatsuroku gives an ambiguous smile before falling silent. She already knows. Yeah, she already knows that Kisaki's a fucking nepo baby. Hang on, I need to see this. Where is the guide? Maitetsu. Nipple baby. No, it's nepo. Like... How do I say this? Nepotism, right, is... Nepo. N-E-P-O. Which is short for nepotism. Which is essentially how she became Neapolitan. No. Napoleon. Yeah, sure. But nepotism, I'll just say the direct translation. I mean, definition. The practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives, friends, or associates, especially by giving them jobs. There, that's why she's a nepo baby, because her dad is the owner of the bank, which gave her an easy in as the branch manager of said bank, right? It's the same thing with like famous actors or actresses, right? Like a very famous actor, and it just so happens that their child is also in the industry, right? Isn't it the same as with Makuta and Taito? Yeah, but the thing is, this how do I say, term is only used to describe people who don't deserve their positions, right? Like with my example of actors' sons, actors' children, right? Like Will Smith, for example, he's got a lot of kids in the industry. It is a negative word, literally, yes. Right? Like if your kid is like a shit actor, and they're getting like top roles, like they're a nepo baby, right? Because clearly they did not get into those roles because of the skills they possess. It's because their parent is a A-list actor, celebrity, right? Something like that. Similar to the presidency. What do you mean, the presidency? The president of a company, yes, but not the president of a country. Bush. You do realize that you do realize that Bush was voted in, right? He did not. But there were a lot of Bushes, right? It is not the same. I literally just said it only applies. It's similar. No, it isn't. George W. Bush became the president not just because of his dad. It definitely helps, but there's a reason he was voted in. Sure, he was an incompetent president, but, you know, corruption. I guess, yeah. You know what? Sure. But I'm talking about, like, the CEOs of companies. Why did you type that? As a streamer. Why did you type that? What was the context? $80K. Then don't type it. I thought it would funny if I slipped that in there. Random, no. A joke requires a punchline. A joke requires setup. You cannot skip to the punchline.
Masaka. ああも見事に自分の未熟を思い知らされるとはな。
If we would have gotten into a debate, it would have put Hibiki in an awkward position. Bush League, I'm not gonna talk about that. She must have understood that too, which is probably why she suggested delaying it, skillfully letting Hibiki and me save face.
未熟であれば熟成させれば良いだけのこと。相鉄様が教えてくださったことですよ。
なあ、 そうだな。そうだった。
This past day, I've met a variety of people, possibly putting me into a bit of disarray. I can only be myself no matter how far I go. I'll do things the way I believe it to be right. If it doesn't work, then I'll correct course.
よし。行くぞ、86。仕切り直しだ。
はい。お供します。相鉄様。
We step onto the cobblestone and move forward. Meet the former Imperial Railway worker that Fukami told us about. The chief priest of the Akai Shrine. It's called the Akai Shrine, but the only thing that's red is the Torii Gate. I'm not gonna read that one out.
それじゃあ、赤い宮司さんにも会ってきたんですか？
The next day, we are back at the rail shop. I report what happened yesterday to Paulette after I know she's finished her duties.
あったと言えるほどでもない。改めての面会の約束を取り付けただけだ。
お忙しいんですね、宮司さんも。
Somehow.
のようだったな。
At the same time as I nod to her, Hachiroku is shaking next to me. I notice, but I continue to the conversation anyway.
宝生妃という娘を知っているか？
Paulette nods slightly. Her expression clouds up.
もちろんです。銀行さん。熊本銀行お人よし店の支店長さんで、つまり
Central figure of the factory supporters.
はい。計画の主導者は多分、熊本銀行頭取で、木崎さんのお父様である、宝生元忠さんですけど。
Wait, what? Did you catch that too? Is Paulette Nepo? Why? You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have talked about nepotism. Now you're gonna say everyone's Nepo. You're gonna say fucking... You already said fucking... What were you talking about? I am referring to people who were given a position that they clearly do not deserve. No. You said if I noticed. Oh, I thought you were talking about how she responded to the thought that Sotetsu had. Right? Oh, okay. Like, Sotetsu did not say this. Right? The central figure of the factory supporters. But Paulette still responded to it as if he did. Hosho Mototada, like father, like daughter, and the bank president, too. I have a small desire to see what he's like.
市内で一番活発に動いてるのは、間違いなく木崎さんです。より正確には、動いて結果を出しているですね。
なるほど。やはり有能なのか。
In a rare occurrence, Paulette nods quietly, a rueful look painting her face. If the factory supporter is producing results, then that means Paulette is being done in that much more.
ともかく、その妃が訪ねていったそうなのだ。僕らが訪問する前に、赤い宮司のところへと。
赤井さん、神社さんにまで切り崩し工作を？
のつもりらしかったがな。赤い宮司は 切り崩されずになんとか追い返したらしい。
なんとか？
ああ、ご本人がそう言っていた。妃は相当な粘り腰らしいな。
This was the fruitless debate that Kisaki mentioned when we visited Reverend Akai. He seemed tired from the arguments. Hachiroku had a hard time holding in her laughter. He came out to greet us despite forgetting about the cooling patch on his forehead.
大層お疲れのご様子だったのでな。その時はご辞退申し上げ、今日の約束をいただいたのだ。
はあ、そうだったんですか。さすがですね、相鉄くん。
Paulette looks impressed, but I don't understand why.
僕の一体何がさすがだ？
赤い宮司さんに自力でたどり着いたことですよ。もう少し後にご紹介しようって思ってたんですけど。
ほう。
This is perfect. Before I go meet him, I want to know more about him.
なぜもう少し後なのだ？
ご自身が物事に影響を与えてしまうことにすごく慎重。そういう方なので、足固め段階だと早いかなって。
影響を与えることに慎重とは？
赤い阿蘇神社は、お人用最大最古の神社で、当然氏子さんもすごく多くて、影響力があるんです。
ああ、なるほど。極端な例えで言えば、日の本の帝が政治的な発言をせぬようなものか。
そうですね。まさしくそんな感じだと思います。
Paulette responds in agreement instantly, but she still does not look happy. Why is that? Before I can ask, Paulette throws in her answer.
市の職員さんに宮司さんのおばさんがいるんですけど、わざわざ蹄鉄に勤めに出たのも同じ理由らしいです。
なるほどな。では、勤務地もお人よではなかった。
小倉だったって話です。
After saying that, Paulette begins tapping her lower back. The color of her face is brightening up.
小倉。美濃笠老人の話にも出てきたな。蹄鉄の工場があったというところで間違いないか。
相鉄くんも知ってたんですね。けど、赤い宮司さんは工場勤務じゃなかったそうですよ。
ならば何を？
さすがにそこまでは。私も宮司さんご本人と踏み込んだお話はしませんし。
なるほどな。
While we continue to chat, our teacups go empty. At the same moment, Hachiroku softly speaks up.
相鉄様、そろそろお時間をお気にされるべきかと。
のう、もうか。話していると時間が経つのが早いものだな。
本当ですね。
She blushes a little while smiling. Paulette also stands up from her chair, but then stops halfway.
私、あまり役に立つお話できなかった気もしますけど。
She talks while maintaining that position. I finally understand why she looked pale.
いや、今の話だけでも十分参考になった。ありがとう。
そうでしたか？なら嬉しいです。
Paulette still does not move. I don't think I can leave her here like this, but
今日のレイナは随分と整備に時間をかけているのだな。
今は整備じゃないんです。響ちゃんと一緒になって。覚えてます？この前の子猫。
ああ、あの子犬か。
犬でも猫でもない気がするのですが。
Thank you, Hachiroku. At least someone pointed it out.
とにかくあの子、なんか餌付けして鳴らそうってしてるみたいで。
ほう。
Hibiki frantically left the house this morning. So we're going to the same destination, it seems.
うまくいくだろうな。それは。僕の知る限り、響は動物に大層好かれる。
レイナもですよ。だから私、気が早いですけど、準備始めようかと思ってて。
この前聞いた、駅長犬のか。
そうですよ。駅長猫の。
駅長、あれは何なのでしょう。
Fox. It's a fox.
面白そうだな。手伝えることがあったら言ってくれ。観光振興の、それも一助となるかもしれん。
その時にはお願いしますね、相鉄くん。
餌付けがうまくいくなら、ですか。
She must be wondering. Hachiroku's gaze turns to the door. Then let's change our direction. Rather than wait for Reina to return, we should...
86、先に外に出ていてくれ。少し、ポーレットと話がある。
さようですか、相鉄様。それでは、私、この辺りをぶらついています。
hang around. It doesn't seem like something she'd say. Hachiroku then quickly goes outside.
さて。
あー、ごめんなさい、相鉄くん。お話、着替えながらでもいいですか？
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Paulette stands up, looking at me. She hasn't moved from her unnatural position.
いや、動けるのならば、今これ以上の話はない。腰を痛めでもしているのではないかと心配したのだが。
やっぱり気づいちゃいますか？さすがは相鉄くんですね。腰、少し疲れが溜まりやすいだけなんです。お医者さんにも行きましたけど、問題ないって。ただ、私臆病だから、ちょっと怖いかなって、そういう時、慎重にしてるだけなんです。
そうか。ならば安心した。では、僕はお先に失礼する。
あ、はい、いってらっしゃい。私もこれから市議会なんです。
そうか。ならば、夜にでも電話で報告しよう。
God damn it.
わかりました。
A sigh of relief, a relaxed tone of voice. But somewhere deep inside it, a hint of loneliness.
電話、楽しみに待ってますね。
I was wondering when you would notice the audio. I was hoping it would change. I was hoping it would fix itself.
いや、先日は失礼しました。
とんでもないことです。こちらこそ、突然にお伺いして。
Reverend Akai seems well rested at this time. The cooling patch on his forehead is long gone. At least, Hachiroku breathes a sigh of relief in secret.
お話をされたいとのことでしたが。
はい。今日は、鉄道についてのご助言をいただきたく、お伺いさせていただきました。
鉄道ですか。
Reverend Akai turns around slowly upon hearing my blunt start to the conversation. He looks far to the side of the room, where there lies a leather bag, much like mine.
旧蹄鉄にお勤めだったと人に聞きましたが、宮司は機関士でいらっしゃったのですか？
The moment I ask, his expression softens. His face tells me that he has welcomed me, as one in the know.
機関士も経験しましたが、最後は運転士でした。小倉の試験区間で電車運転を。
まあ、
Hachinoku gives out a surprised exclamation.
私存じ上げませんでした。小倉の機関区でも電車の運用を試験していたのですね。
ええ、北海道、四国、九州、日の本全土で、蹄鉄は電車こそ復活の切り札にと必死でした。
The priest speaks as if he's teaching the basics to Hachiroku, rail lord of the former Imperial Railway.
最晩年の蹄鉄は経営資源のすべてを殿下に投資し、しかしリターンを得ることができず滅んだのです。
そうでしたか。
A deep emotional sigh. There I finally realized it. Although the Imperial Railway was at its end, Hachiroku was asleep due to the accident, so she didn't know.
しかし、その投資は完全なるあだ花とは終わらず、形を変えて、後の広島で花開いたのですね。
広電のことですか。なるほど。そう考えれば、我々も多少は報われますか。
The priest closes his eyes, reminiscing. The shadows of the former Imperial Railway must be flashing before his eyes.
あと、自己紹介もせずに昔話を失礼しました。私はこの社の宮司、赤井清春です。
あ、こちらこそいきなりの失礼を。僕は
存じてますよ。右田宗哲くん。そしてお連れは8620系のトップナンバーレイルロード、つまりは863で間違いないですか？
ご敬願恐れ入ります。赤い運転士。
元運転士ですよ。今はただの宮司です。
かしこまりました。赤い宮司。
Hachiroku exchanges words with the priest naturally, but there is a certain doubt in my mind.
僕と86のことまでご存知いただいていたのは一体なぜです？
863は8620系蒸気機関車のレイルロードです。そして8620系は非常に数多く作られたのですよ。
鉄路あるところ、86の気鋭見えざるはなしとまで称えられたものです。
86？ 8620系の総称、いや愛称と言うべきか。それもお前と同じ86なのか？
そうです。レールロード86はトップナンバー機である私のみの呼称です。
なるほど。
I'm starting to understand what is going on.
小倉の機関区にも8620系は配備されていた。ゆえ、8620系レイルロードの姿を赤い宮司は見知っていた。
姿というか共通した特徴ですな。それ以外の個体差はかなりありますので。
なるほど。
These facts have now been verified. All that's left is to keep moving forward.
その上で86にはトップナンバー機たる目印か何かがあるのですね。
一般的な一人称を使うのです。トップナンバーレイルロードは。
一般的な一人称。
Hachiroku refers to herself as I. The only other rail lord I know is Reina, and she does refer to herself as Reina.
そうか。トップナンバー以外のレイルロードは自らのことを固有の機体愛称で呼ぶのですね。
その通りです。
しかしお話を聞く限り、例えば86の妹たちは かなりの数がいそうに思えますが。
直系の妹でしたら671人です。
671。
Including Hachiroku, that makes 772 of them. It must have been a graceful sight.
それだけのレールロードに別々の相性とは、つける方も困ったりせぬものですか。
一箇所に集まるものでも、一時に全員が稼働していたわけでもございませんし。
Imagine a human having that many siblings. Genghis Khan. She must have remembered her sisters. Hachiroku's expression softened significantly.
トップナンバー以降のレールロード相性は、その機関区によって付け方が大きく異なりますから。
小倉では相棒の機関士が名付けて登録をしていましたね。八重、立花、双葉など862のいずれかを86系では。
まあ、雅ですこと。帝王ではハロ1号、ハロ2号の連番故障でしたのに。
I mean, I guess they needed to put in brackets that Hachi and Uroku mean 8 and 6 respectively.
それはあまりにも無味乾燥だな。ではなく、
This is dangerous. The conversation is completely derailed. Get it? Or should I say, digressed?
僕のことをご存知いただいていたのは、それでは。
来てくださったではないですか。ご一家でご参拝に。
それは、記憶しておりますが。
I still don't like how he's looking at me. He looked baked as fuck, bro.
その折頼まれたのです。右田さん、あなたの祖父のタイトさんから。
タイトさんが僕のことを。
Reverend Akai nods in silence and looks into my eyes.
この子はもう一生分の不幸を負った。この先は幸せだけを得られるように見守ってくれと。
そうだったんですか。
I have no idea what happiness is or how to obtain it. But I believe that being told those words in itself is happiness. I want to express my gratitude, but I can't find the right words. Reverend Akai gently smiles, looks at Hachiroku, then looks back to me.
さて、鉄道の話でしたね。ご助言ということでしたが、具体的には何についてを。
My posture straightens up. Being given this opportunity, it would make me ungrateful if I didn't take advantage of it.
蒸気機関車の修復についてお伺いできればと。僕たちはそれを観光復権のきっかけにしたいと考えてます。
SL で観光復権ですか。
初めはぼんやりとできそうに思っていました。が、球磨川下りを経験し、容易ではないとも理解しました。
Jesus Christ. Old man Minokasa wanted to show me the current state of Ohitoyo's tourism industry, the loss of income, which leads to a brain drain of human resources, which in turn leads to the vicious cycle of hollowing out. I give my honest opinion of what I saw and what I felt.
ですから、今は考えをもう一歩進めました。8620の修復自体をある種の見本としていきたいと。
見本。
あるいはモデルケースと言ってもいいかもしれません。 復活は無理ではないと示し、一つの旗印としたい。
無理ではないと、どのように示されますか？
それはもちろん、8620の復活と走行をもってです。そうするために必要な作業を、できるだけお人よでと。
お人よに、人と技術とを集める、というお考えでしょうか？
そのようにできればと思っています。そのため、今は協力者を探している段階です。
そうですか。
Reverend Akai nods subtly before turning to face Hachiroku.
8620修復のための計画はどの程度まで進んでいますか？
Haha, good question.
それは、
現状版の要修復事項のリストがこれです。
拝見しましょう。
Reverend Akai's gaze falls on top of the list. Perhaps Hachiroku's nervous. Her lips are closed tight.
いくつか基本的なデータが抜けているようですが、それは
私の機能低下に伴うものです。データをうまく引き出せていないように思えます。
それは
おそらく事故の影響によるものではないかと。
Hachiroku interrupts Reverend Akai, but the priest seems to accept that in a gentle, almost fatherly way.
86系トップナンバー機、あの事故のですか？
私はそのように考えております。
Reverend Akai used to work at the engine depot in Kokura, and he knows about that accident. The accident that Hachiroku experienced must also be a severe one that has forever been carved into the Imperial Railway's history. He recompiles the documents meticulously and hands them to me. Reverend Akai stares at me and Hachiroku back and forth.
ご助言をさせていただけばよいのですか？
はい、そう願えればと。
未来のことなどわかりませんし、あなたにとっての正解が幸せが何かもわかりません。
はい。
その上で行う助言ですから、おそらく何も示しはしません。その程度でもよろしいでしょうか？
むしろ望むところです。
Just like how Paulette described, Reverend Akai prefers to avoid influencing others. As for me, I have no intention of letting anyone make decisions for me anyway.
いただいたご助言を判断の材料とし、自分自身で決断したいと思っています。
そうですか。では、まずは863について。
はい。
ご不調とのこと。トロル湯のご主人に相談されると良いかと思います。
トロル湯の
Hearing this unexpected name, Hachiroku and I turn to each other. Hachiroku's mouth is wide open.
トロル湯のご主人というと、ご年配のご婦人ですか？
あの方は一流のレイルロード職人です。現役の。今もレイナさんを定期的に見てらっしゃいますし。
It's always the ones you least expect. Seeing Hachiroku surprised, Reverend Akai pauses to keep the suspense.
九州最後の最新のトップナンバーレイルロードを手掛けた方でもあります。腕に間違いはありません。
トップナンバー機のご製造まで。そんな素晴らしい方がまさかこんな近くに。
エアロクラフテック社からの好条件での勧誘も鉄道への愛ゆえ断り続けてらした方です。
でしたらぜひとも私見ていただきます。
As if relieved by that answer, Reverend Akai looks at Hachiroku with kind eyes. But then, suddenly, he turns a sharp glare toward me.
次に8620回収についてですが、
You're flat ass broke. I'ma be honest with you, Chief. I don't think you'll be able to repair this train anytime soon.
はい。
順番が大きく違うように思います。
A long pause. I can't think of an answer. Reverend Akai lets out a deep sigh, as if he's left without a choice, and sluggishly opens his mouth to speak.
真っ先に集めるべきは協力者よりお金かと。
Yeah, but you know, he needs money. He needs collaborators to earn money, but he needs money. It's, you know. Oh, that was the end of that transit. That was the end of that.
相鉄様。
I think I'm gonna end it off for today. End it off there for today. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Why? No, yes. Dexter, what time is it for you? Never mind that. Dexter. 11:30 p.m. Right. And when do you go to work? Six. Right. So I know why you're telling me to play more when you should be going to sleep. Exactly. So I'm gonna end it off. So thanks for watching. Thanks for lurking. Thank you for chatting. If you enjoyed, a follow would be appreciated, and if you want to support me even further, you could always subscribe. But yeah. Guess what I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow? More Maitetsu, unless Dexter decides at the last minute to that I should stream Amazing Grace. But yeah. With that being said though, morning, good afternoon, good evening, night, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye bye.